Welcome everyone, I'm Lindsay and thanks for joining me today. Let's begin in Savasana, lying on your back with your arms by your sides and your legs stretched out long. Begin to take some deep inhales and exhales at your own pace, connecting with your breath. The theme for today's class is the throat chakra. It's the fifth of the 7 chakras, and its name comes from the Sanskrit word vishudda, meaning very pure. This chakra is centered in the throat area and is associated with the thyroid, covering the ears, mouth, thyroid gland, also the jaws, tongue, and upper palate of the mouth. The energetic associations for this chakra include expression, communication, listening, and manifestation. There might be weakness in the throat chakra if you ever struggle to speak your mind, if you feel a lump in your throat when you're emotional, or if you have issues with your thyroid. When the throat chakra is balanced, we can communicate with others with ease, improving our relationships. We can also learn to listen better so that we're more open-minded and empathetic towards others. We can even become much clearer about our goals and desires as we learn to express ourselves more truthfully. To balance the throat chakra, our yoga sequence today will focus on stimulating and opening the throat area. But before we begin, we're going to do a healing mantra. So from where you are, close your eyes and imagine a swirling ball of blue healing energy right in front of your throat area. Imagine that this light energy is healing your throat chakra. Even the smallest of vibrations can help to move a blocked throat chakra. So join me, take a big breath in through the nose, and on your exhale, hum your breath out. Hum. Let's repeat that a few more times. Inhale, fill your lungs up with air. Exhale. Hum. Another deep breath in. And exhale. Good. Now begin to open your eyes and slowly bring yourself up and around to child's pose. Sink the hips to the heels. Arms can be along the sides or extended out long in front of you. Feel the strength in the ground beneath you, grounding you with each breath. Now slowly sit up and bring your legs around to staff pose. Inhale, sit up tall and lengthen the spine. Bring your arms overhead. Then exhale, hinge forward from the hips with a flat back to seated forward fold. Option to bend the knees here, or if you have a strap handy, you can wrap it around your feet and pull gently to find extra space in your hamstrings and low back. Breathe deeply here. Inhale, rise up. And bring your right foot over your left leg. Then exhale and open up your body to the right. Option to wrap the left arm behind the knee to deepen the stretch here. Inhale, release and switch sides, opening up your body to the left side and breathing into the twist. We'll be coming into our flow sequence next, but keep in mind that vinyasas are always optional. You know your body best, so practice being mindful and listening to what your body needs. Child's pose or savasana are always available to you if you need them. Inhale, release, and find your way to downward facing dog. Push your hands into the mat and exhale, bring your hips to the sky. The knees can be deeply bent as you work your way into the pose. Gently pedal out the legs, working to bring your heels closer to the mat. Step or walk both feet to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the crown of your head down towards the earth. Inhale, lift up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, circle your arms out, around, and up. Bring the hands to touch. And exhale, fold all the way down. Bring the hands to the mat and find plank pose. Option to lower the knees here. Inhale, down halfway to chaturanga. Exhale, lift the heart to the sky for upward facing dog or cobra pose. Inhale, push your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Sweep your left foot forward in between your hands and plant the right foot out at a 45-degree angle. Keep your left knee stacked over your left ankle. Now inhale, sweep your arms up over your head for warrior one. Keep your hips squared to the front of the mat. If this is too much for you, option to place the hands on your knees for support or to lower the left knee back down to the mat. Breathe here. Release and switch sides. Bring your right foot in between your hands and plant the left foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, sweep your arms up over your head into warrior one. Warrior poses connect us to the earth through our feet, simultaneously supporting us and grounding us. Release your hands down to the mat and make your way to downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa here or to hold in down dog. Coming into dancer, step both feet forward to the top of the mat. Then slowly rise up to mountain. Begin to shift your weight into your right foot. Bend your left knee back behind you, allowing your left heel to come towards your left side glutes. Reach your left hand back and grab your left foot or ankle. If this is too difficult to reach, you can use a strap by bringing it around the top of your left foot and grabbing hold of it with your left hand. Now bring your opposite hand, your right hand, up towards the ceiling. Find a focus point to keep your gaze and balance. Press into your grounded foot and activate your core. Squeeze your inner thighs together slightly. Begin to tilt your torso forward and at the same time begin to lift your back foot away from the body. Keep your chest open. Bring your back foot as high as you comfortably can, working to get your back thigh parallel to the ground. Hold here and breathe. come out of the pose slowly, lower your back foot down, and find mountain pose. Switch sides, bend your right knee back behind you. Reach your right hand back and grab your right foot or ankle. Begin to tilt your torso forward and at the same time begin to lift your back foot away from the body. Hold and dancer again. Lower your back foot down and return to mountain pose. Now find your way to downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa here or to hold in down dog. Come forward to a plank position. Then with control, lower down to lie on the floor on your belly and bring your hands under your shoulders. Allow the tops of your feet to rest on the mat and keep your legs just a few inches apart from each other. Keep the elbows hugged into the body and inhale as you begin to lift your chest up slowly. Roll your shoulder blades down the back and lengthen up through the crown of your head. Advanced students can softly bring their gaze upwards and lift higher up. Beginner students can keep their gaze ahead and keep their chest lift shorter. Release and push yourself all the way up through plank and back to child's pose. Rest here for a few moments and reconnect with your breath. One more time, coming into cobra, come up through all fours and into plank. Lower down with control and then inhale, lift up into cobra. Reach your chest and throat to the sky. Imagine that blue swirling ball of energy just in front of your throat, healing and balancing the throat chakra. And release, push yourself all the way up through plank and back to child's pose. Rest here for a moment and breathe. Option to take a vinyasa here or to hold in down dog or remain in child's pose. For camel, come to a kneeling position with your knees relatively hip distance apart. Softly press the tops of your feet into the mat. Bring your hands or fists on your lower back tailbone. Begin to tilt your chest back gently. Keep your chest broad and open. Tuck your chin slightly into your chest. To further advance the pose, reach your hands back to grab onto each heel. If this is too much, you can lift the tops of your feet so that your heels are raised off the ground. Keep your hips directly over your knees with the thighs staying perpendicular to the ground. It's not necessary to bring the neck all the way back. If it's comfortable, let the neck come back softly and stop at the point that feels good to you. To release, come out slowly with your head and neck last. Sink your hips down and come into child's pose for a few deep breaths. come to lying on your belly with your head rested on the mat. Allow your legs to be about hip distance apart. Bring your arms so that they're lying by your sides with your palms facing up. Engage your legs and begin to lift them up. Begin to raise your chest and arms up. Your pelvis and belly should remain rooted to the mat. If this is too much for you, try keeping the feet on the mat and lifting only the upper body. Keep the spine long and broaden across your shoulder blades. Keep your head and neck relaxed and allow your gaze to remain down towards the mat. And release. Bring your arms by your sides and try to push yourself all the way up into plank. Then sink your hips back down to rest in child's pose. Come back to lying on your belly. Bring your arms by your sides and your palms face down on the mat. Bend your knees and bring the backs of your heels closer towards your glutes. Keep your knees about hip distance apart. Reach your hands back and grab your ankles or feet. Engage your quad and inner thigh muscles as you lift your legs upwards. At the same time, begin to lift your chest, upper torso, and shoulders upwards. Keep your pelvis and tailbone rooted to the mat. Gaze forward softly. Stay with your breath and hold here. To release, gently bring your legs down and allow the arms to release, resting by your sides. For pigeon, come up to all fours, then bring your left foot in and place it behind your right wrist. Extend your right leg back long behind you. Inhale, press firmly into the mat with your hands. Exhale, hinge forward over your hips to bring your forearms or chest to the mat. Surrender here. Option to sit on a block or blanket for support. Rise up and come back to tabletop. Switching sides, bring your right foot in and place it behind your left wrist. Extend your left leg back long. Inhale, press firmly into the mat with your hands. Find length in your spine. Exhale, hinge forward into pigeon. Breathe deeply, letting go with each exhalation. Inhale to rise back up. Gently come to lying down on the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and hug them tight. And slowly drop your knees over to the right side. Option to bring your arms out wide to a T. Option to gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. Allow yourself to melt into this twist. Slowly bring your knees back to center. Then carefully drop them over to the left side. Bring your arms out wide and breathe. And bring your knees back to center, hug them to your chest. For bridge, bring the backs of the heels closer to your sit bones. Align your knees with your ankles, keep the feet relatively hip distance apart, and press into your feet. Engage the core muscles and begin to lift the hips up towards the sky. Keep your neck elongated with your chin slightly tucked in towards your chest. Big inhales and big exhales. Slowly release your hips back down to the mat and bring your knees into your chest. For plow, begin to lift your legs and torso up off the ground. Bring the torso perpendicular to the mat. Tuck your chin into your chest slightly and keep your neck soft to avoid compression of your neck. Allow your legs to come overhead and allow your toes to rest on the mat behind you. Align your hips with your shoulders. If the legs don't reach all the way over, bring your hands to your low back for support. You can bring the fingers together and interlace them. If this is too much, you can keep your hands on your low back for support or just allow the hands to rest by your sides. To come out, bring your hands to your lower back for support. Engage your legs and core to lift your legs up, and then slowly come down one vertebrae at a time. And release your arms and legs out long for Savasana. Gently relax the muscles in your face and allow your body to become heavy. For the next few minutes, allow your mind and body to be at peace. As you rest here, repeat the following affirmations to yourself. I am able to express myself clearly and truthfully. My voice is always heard. I communicate with ease and am able to speak up for myself and others. I speak with integrity, clarity, and love. Some additional ideas to balance the throat chakra off the mat are incorporating the color blue into your environment. Also, blueberries, blackberries, herbal teas, honey, bone broth, and lemon water may be helpful. And continue to gently sing or hum to stimulate the throat. Feel free to rest here as long as you like, and thank you for sharing your practice with me today. We'll see you next time. Namaste. If you enjoyed this class, please like and subscribe